Everybody, how's it? Aloha, good morning. This is Geebz, your old composer here at the Decomposer Lounge, pulling back the layers, dissecting your favorite tracks. This is a first-time band. Still, after almost 2 years, I'm just all these new bands. I love it. This is what this is all about. The name of this band is Soilwork, and the name of the song that I'm doing is Övergivenheten. Övergivenheten? Could be a European name of sorts, but yes, that's Bobo because I just did a little homework on them, and they're a Swedish melodic death. What is it? Swedish melodic death metal band. So that means it's like, and then the melody is more like, I will take you and impale you on a searing butt dart and eat the brains from your skull. I don't know. That's I'm not making fun of it, but I did make fun of it, but please don't smoke me in the comments. Just when I hear these genres, this is like, is that what that means? And I guess I'm going to be proven wrong very quickly. All right, guys, let's do this. I want to thank you guys so much for your support as usual. Cups of coffee somehow are still coming in. You guys are sending me every now and then. I get $2, $4, $8, sometimes a bag of coffee worth of help here on the channel, but I really appreciate it. All the links for all of that is down below. So let's do this. This is the band Soilwork, and the name of the song is Övergiven. That song. All right. All right, there's no two ways about this. This is so freaking powerful, and the production on this is so damn tight, but I love how they opened up with this full-on acoustic guitar barrage, if you would. Like, you knew, I mean, just by virtue of my description. Ah, fuck you. Excuse me. Just by description. Sorry about that. The hook is extremely melodic, so powerful, but it doesn't lighten the power of what they've hit on after we got past that acoustic guitar opening. And with the acoustic guitar opening, there definitely were like different strumming configurations that were going there. But there was one instrument there that I'm sure, I'm going to get it wrong. It had a banjo type of vibe to it, or a mandolin type vibe to it. But I loved how that obviously, in the body of that opening performance of the acoustic, just starting to tear it up with different picking configuration or strumming configurations and stuff, how they gave life to that one instrument as it kind of whittled a melody through that. And then, of course, then it started building and building and building. And then once the power came in, then we get into the darker, heavier, chuggier, riff-oriented part of the composition. The vocals are outstanding. The melody kind of keeps you, even though it starts to glass out a little bit. What I mean is that we've got this driving, heavy bottom end of the metal aspect of the track, but the melody kind of glides, but it doesn't, like I said, just like the hook, it doesn't bring it, to me, it doesn't add any, I don't know how to say this. The melody is extremely powerful, but it does kind of glide, and it's kind of glassy, but like I said earlier, it doesn't take away from the power that I'm hearing with all the riff and stuff like that. And there's some really nice counter melodies that are going on in there within the riff that I think are super cool. But let's continue on.
Had enough sensations, and now it's only you. So would you play for me? If you can stand the silence that traps you when you're on your own, and now it spits you out. The wind and the rain keeps on shutting you down again. You've been waiting for so long. If you can stand, now you've been hanging on for so long. If you can stand.
You know, I don't know if that was a bass, like a fretless bass that was doing that nice little, bit of warmth sliding behind the piano. But I'm really stoked that it ended up on fading out and giving us an ethereal ending to this with the piano, because I really started to focus in on how intense the arrangements are with the keys that are not necessarily behind the guitar, but as a mixing decision in how they mix this track, has just enough thickness and power behind the guitar as the guitar. So the keys weren't used necessarily as just kind of this wider, broader point of arrangements to support the guitars. It all seemed the mixing in this is incredible. Another thing that I want to point out, which was really super sick to me, was there's a period where the vocalist is into his growl and stuff like this, and I loved where his vocals are mixed in with that. This going back in between melodic and then the dark growling kind of sounds with these singers is just absolutely freaking amazing, and in of itself an art form, and I've talked about it before many times. But there's a period where he goes into his deeper growl, and there's a great secondary melody that's going down beneath it. So for me, I never lost a sense of melody through it, like melodic deathcore. I never lost a sense of melody through the whole track, you know. And everything is so crispy and so great sounding, you know. In the production of 2022, or you know, the last few years with engineering and miking techniques and plugins and everything. Everything has become so much more polished, but because of that, I believe personally, there's more space for engineers to have, you know, a little bit more leverage in how they can get certain elements in there in the mix and stuff. And what I loved about this is that even though this was an extremely powerful track, there was always a sense of ambience and ethereal behind it. And I'm not talking about woo-woo, you know, just fluttery, spacey noises, but what I mean by that is just, you know, always a long string pad or something constantly going. Is as even through the riffiness, I still felt a sense of ambience and ethereal behind it, and I couldn't quite pin it on what that was. Plus, first time I'm hearing the song, and so probably when I go back, you know, which I will when I render this out, I'll probably go, oh, I see what they did there. I love the track. I thought it was extremely hooky, and like I said. Regardless of how wonderful the melody was, it still really kept the dark, heavy metal, you know, aspect of it. And for me, as I'm getting now into 2 years of this, now I'm beginning to understand, you know, oh, what does it take to make that happen? What does it take to make that stay in a genre and stuff? These guys absolutely freaking killed it. All right, guys, thank you so much for your support, for hanging out. Like, dislike, comment, all the fun stuff. Buy a cup of coffee. Check out the headsets that I'm wearing. All the links are down below, especially for this song. All right, guys, take care. See ya.